What's up, everybody? This is a Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening, and today we will be discussing North Node square Neptune and the natal birth chart. This is a natal aspect that you may or may not have. If you don't have it, you may know somebody who does. So, what is the North Node? The North Node has to do with your life path and your life direction. It is a direction and the path that you should be moving towards in this lifetime. Your South Node has to do with your past life and things that you did in your past life that you are so used to doing. And you bring it on into this life. And you keep on doing these things from time to time because you are very much inclined to do those fucking things. But North Node is trying to push you away from that and move you towards a new path, a new direction, for you to build up and gain the experience to now bring that out to the forefront in this life. So, what is Neptune? Neptune is ruled by Pisces, okay? And it does have to do with the 12th house in the natal birth chart. So, Neptune is a illusion, delusion, confusion. It has a lot to do with self denial, self deception, being deceived, being deceitful. Um, Also, it has to do with magic, spells, being very magical, mystical. Okay, so it is linked to spirituality. But it can be an optical illusion when you have Neptune coming to the table where things can be unclear, you can be unsure, things too, you can also be very uncertain. All right, Neptune does bring a fog of haziness to the table where things are not going to be the way that they actually are. You can perceive things in many ways, you can look at people in many ways, think that people are who they are and they're not who they are. You can look at a situation and think it's going to be like this and absolutely is not. So it is a lot of chaos going on when you're dealing with Neptune, but it is linked to spirituality and magic and spells and being very much mystical. So we're going to jump into this right now. All right. Anytime you do see a square in between two planets, that means that these planets are in signs that are not getting along. They don't mesh very well. So it will be a conflict. It will be a storm that goes on and takes place, and it can be an obstacle. A lot of times, that's exactly just what it is. It's going to be a challenge. So if you have an opposition, it's going to be a challenge, an obstacle also. But the difference is going to be that these planets are in opposite signs of one another, so they're looking at things from an opposite standpoint. If you see the conjunction in between two planets means that they're in the same exact sign, so at times it can run smoothly and other times it can be chaotic also. If you see a sextile or you see a trine in between these two planets, that is going to mean and indicate that in your past life you did very well with these two planets, and now you are still being presented with this aspect, but you're being presented with it in a beautiful light where you're going to be able to really mesh very well, handle the situations when problems arise. Yes, you're still going to have these themes that arise in your life, but you're going to know how to tackle them on. You're going to know how to deal and cope, and it's just going to be great for you. It's not going to be an issue. It's not going to be difficult for you. Moving along, North Node squared Neptune, men and women. These men and women, they do possess many visionary gifts. This is what these men and women hold and possess inside of them. These men and women will be successful and will succeed in various artistic fields, such as dancers, singers, musicians, actors, actresses, rappers, filmmakers, and designers. Okay, so these men and women can be fashion designers. They can also be home decorators. Anything that has to do with putting things together, colorful things, even abstract things. These men and women know how to do it and they know how to perfect it. Okay, however, you may or may not bring this completely out to the forefront. There are liabilities that are very high with the South Node conjuncting Neptune. So now you have the North Node squaring Neptune. That is automatically going to mean that your South Node is conjuncting Neptune. Okay? Just so that you know. So, what that really means is that in some sense, you are still clinging to your past, to the things that you have done, okay? And this can definitely alter or try to prevent you from jumping and diving deep into um, things of this nature, being an actor, actress, a rapper, and everything that I just previously said. So now these men and women may have led a mystical or a mystic kind of life, and it may be difficult to draw you out into these damn things. You could share spiritual insights that contribute to all over the karmic growth on the planet, but you may prefer to stay away from the limelight, or you dislike the mainstream society and enjoy living within your own imaginative spiritual realm. So these men and women are going to be blessed with these gifts, with these traits and characteristics. They're going to have a lot of insight into spiritual knowledge, spiritual wisdom, and spiritual insight. All right, the life that they could have led, especially in their past life, definitely could have did very well in anything with magic, being mystical, creative. They could have did spells. They could have been into astrology, numerology. They could have been uncovering and decoding things. Okay, and in this life, they may be shy towards the limelight. They might not want to be somebody that's on social media and speaking out to the public, or they may not want to step out even further and speak out in front of people, as far as if you're outside or you're at a convention and they have to stand up and speak out. They might fear those things. And this is what could go on and take place with this placement. They can feel very much uncomfortable with doing that. Might feel like they might tremble over their words. Might feel like somebody might not like what I'm about to say and things like that. So this can play a major part on why they don't like the mainstream. And even if they are on YouTube or they are on social medias, they can still have a nervous energy when they're doing it, and they can still have a strong fear around it. Okay? This is an emotional aspect to have. However, the South Node may distort the emotions, which fuse the mind. So, what's happening with this placement is that even though it is an emotional aspect, because the South Node is still lurking around in some kind of mystical way, it is going to tear down the emotions of this person, and it's going to absolutely fuel their motherfucking mind. Okay, so now where the emotions would have been very much present, because it is, but it's going from their emotions to their mind, and they're thinking it out and they're figuring it out in a logical, intellectual kind of way. These men and women can have feelings of alienation and even being psychic. These men and women do feel like they are different from a lot of other people. They don't feel like people think the way that they think. They don't feel like people move the way that they move. And everybody else is caught up in whatever they're caught up in. And they are caught up in whatever they're caught up in. This is what these men and women go through in this lifetime. Distortions can increase the chances you will resort to drugs or other strange methods of handling your crises. So these men and women can find themselves in a rut, go through many trials and tribulations, go through many storms in their life. And they can even feel like they need to just escape from everyday reality. They may feel like they need to get high, smoke bud, smoke weed. Shit, some people might want to smoke crack. Okay, be an alcoholic. Just really tune out and tap out of this world from time to time, because all of the burdens of the world, the burdens in their life, the crises that they go through and come across can be very challenging for these men and women to deal with on an everyday basis. This house of Neptune and opposing the house will show where the imagination and visions are enhancing those affairs, or merely distorting them. Okay, so in this placement, you definitely have to look towards where the North Node is being in the natal birth chart. What house is it in? You also do need to look at what house Neptune is in to see how this is definitely going to play out in the area of your life. Okay, signs also is going to definitely play a major part when you are dealing with this aspect. Okay, I do have this placement, so this placement is a powerful placement to have. However, it does have its downfalls because you will go through many crises in your life. A lot of times people do not want to be in the limelight. Even when I do my videos, I be nervous. Every time I do the video, sometimes you see me mess up. Sometimes you see me stumble on the words. But even when that happens, I just find a way to just still move through it. Okay, still persevere. Still get the message across no matter what, because nobody's perfect. Okay? Shit, if I fumble on this word or I fumble on a word, oh fucking well, you know what I meant. And if you didn't know, then you could ask me. And that's just it. Okay, so these men and women can do so many great things. Okay, they do not have to live in fear of what they desire that they may want to do. Okay, because they feel like they won't do it to the best of their ability, or they feel like somebody won't like it, or they feel like some people gonna like it, some people ain't gonna like it, whatever. And that's just what it is. Okay, as far as speaking out into a crowd, okay, that's something I'm like, I don't know about that. I'll do this video, but speaking out in the crowd and stuff like that, yeah, no, I don't know about that. Okay, but never know, that might be something that I have to push towards and do. Okay, so anybody that has this placement, okay, don't fear it, because the very thing that you fear, okay, can hinder your success. It can hinder you. If you feel like you have been blessed with gifts to do whatever it is, just bring it out to the forefront, and you'll be absolutely amazed, absolutely shocked, and surprised to know that other people do like the shit that you're saying. People do find you inspirational. People do find you influential, and they do see you as being very visionary and understanding. Okay, and like I said, in here, they do have some spiritual insight that can contribute to all over the cosmic growth on the planet, okay, in the world. It's something inside of you that you have to give to the world. These men and women have messages that need to be brought out to the forefront for other people to also listen to and experience, and be aware, be alert, and understand. So don't fear it. Do not fear it. Don't reject it. Don't even neglect it. Okay, embrace it and just bring it out to the forefront. This is all I'm going to say about this placement for now. In future videos to come, I will be going more into depth into this placement. Peep, see, fucking up on the word right now. Please be sure to check out my online store. It is Grammygear at www.grammygear.com. If you need a caterer, I am the chef goddess also. And you can hit me up at Supreme Royale Curtin at gmail.com. If you need my husband to do any work to your home, swimming pool, or business, you can hit him up at avronnesbitt90 at gmail.com. If anybody needs me to analyze a birth chart for you so you can fully understand and grasp, that will be $50 for 2 hours. If you need a synastry chart or a composite chart, that will be $70 for 2 hours. And if you need a tarot card reading, that will be $30. So, this has been a Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening. Love is love. Peace and blessings to you all. And I will see you on the next one.